Cool, let's start. So today we're starting on a child pose. So sit on the mat with your legs, your knees wide open and your toes touching, and then slide back with your hips on your heels and your arms extended above your head and your forehead resting on the mat. And then relax there, stretching your back, sitting back on your heels. Take a nice deep breath in, another deep breath out. And then again, deep breath in, fill up your lungs, and then breathe out. Just keep breathing in and out through your nose. And as you inhale, just try to bring in positive thoughts, calm, relaxing feelings. And as you breathe out, push out anything negative that's come through your mind today. Push out any anger, resentment, frustrations. And then again, breathe in positive feelings and breathe out anything that may be affecting you in a negative way today. And then on your last breath in, come to a seated position, sitting on your heels. And place your hands onto your thighs. And start rolling your neck from shoulder to shoulder. So from the right side, then down to center and left side, all the way up, back into your shoulder, and then rotate in the opposite direction. And back to center and down. Look straight up. Place your hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers and gently push down your neck, giving it a nice stretch to the back of your neck. And then look in front of you again. And then another stretch down, pushing your neck facing down. And then up again. Extend your arms above your head. Nice stretch. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms up. And then extend and stretch your back. Give it a nice big stretch. And then release your shoulders down. And then again, stretch all the way up. And then release down. Place your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. And then open up your chest, lift your head as you're pulling your arms behind you. Nice chest expansion. And then release. Now one more. All the way to the back. Open up your chest. Breathing in. And then as you breathe out, just relax. Extend your arms in front of you. Cross them at your elbows. And then interlace your fingers again. Stretch to the back of your shoulders. And then expand, stand, and then change the crossing in the other direction. Nice stretch again. Come into an all-four position, tabletop. So hands are on the mat, shoulders are stacked above your wrist, hips and knees are aligned. Take a nice deep breath in, lowering your belly, lifting your head up. And then as you exhale, bring your head down and round your back all the way up to the sky. Doing a few more of these cats and cows. So cow, lower your belly. And then cat, round your back all the way up. And then inhale. And then exhale. lean forward a bit and then start warming your wrists. And then draw some circles with your hips, coming to the right first, and then to the in the back, and then to the left, and then draw another one. Just try to make this movement quite smooth. You can also close your eyes as you're doing this, and just focus on rotating and drawing circles, and then change direction. So again, you're going from side to the back to the opposite side, coming to the front, drawing this nice wide circles with your hips and mobilizing your back as well. Just doing one more. And then come back into an all-four position. Lift your right hand and then place it by your side of your head, and then twist your chest to the right hand side. And then turn to the opposite side, threading your right arm under your left armpit, and then rest your arm and your shoulder, your right arm and your right shoulder on the mat. And you're looking to the left, so the right side of your head is placed on the mat. And then breathe in this position, stretching the whole right arm and right side of your back. And then come back into tabletop. Turn on the other side. So lift your left arm, open up your chest to the left, give it a nice stretch, and then thread your left arm under your right armpit, resting it fully on the mat, arm, shoulder, and left side of your head. And again, breathe deeply in this position. And then come back onto tabletop. Tuck your toes under and then lift your knees slightly above the floor. So you're hovering about 1 inch or just over 1 inch above the floor, and engage your core. Core and glutes. We're working on that core with Chuck every every Monday. So hold there. If you want to add an extra difficulty, lift 1 foot and then basically balance yourself on 3 limbs whilst engaging your core. Then place that foot down on the mat, lift the other foot, and still remaining all engaged with your core, and then down again, and then come back with your knees on the mat and untuck your toes. Extend your left leg behind you and then lift it up so it's parallel to the mat. Get balanced, and then extend your right arm in front of you, so you've got right arm and left leg. Take a nice inhale, and then as you exhale, draw your elbow towards your knee. Stay there, and then exhale, inhale and extend, and then exhale and draw them back together. Try and hold the position. I know it's tough, but it's really good. And then inhale and extend. This is the last one. And then as you exhale, draw them back together. And then place your hands on the mat and your knee on the mat. Deep breath. Extend your right leg behind you. Lift it so it's parallel to the mat. Balance yourself. Opposite arm extended in front of you. Inhale, and then as you exhale, draw your knee and your elbow together. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, draw them together. One more. Extend, as you inhale, and exhale and draw them together. And then place your hand and your knee on the mat. Tuck your toes under, press your arms, come up with your arms a little bit forward, and then press your toes on the mat and then push back into a downward facing dog. So your hands are firmly on the mat with your fingers spread wide, your arms are straight, Your hip bone is pointing to the sky. Your legs are straight. Your heels are trying to reach the mat. If you can't, just make sure that your legs are straight. And if you're struggling with that, bend your knees softly. And then start pedaling, bending one knee and then the other knee, alternating them. Now stretch the back of your legs. And then come into high plank. And then slowly lower yourself onto the mat. Slowly. I have to go back because I'm hitting the suitcase here. And lift yourself into baby cobra. So just lift your chest, keeping your hands on the side of your chest. As you're doing this, make sure you're engaging your core and squeezing your glutes and keeping your legs active. So you're not like flopping on the floor. You're quite sort of really tight in your body. And then come back down onto the mat. Tuck your toes under. Press yourself back into a downward facing dog. And then come back again into a high plank. Lower yourself into half plank. Stop where your knees are about 90 degrees. Take a deep breath. Untuck your toes and push up into an upward facing dog. So this time your chest is off the mat, your hips are off the mat, and you're looking straight ahead in front of you, and your arms are straight. And then again, your glutes are really tight here. Perfect. Back into downward facing dog. This time, come up onto your toes, and then lift your right leg all the way up to the sky. And then step to the front, placing your foot between your hands. Coming into a low lunge. Lift your arms all the way, extend them above your head. So your knee and your ankle are stacked on top of each other on the front leg, and on the back leg is straight. Open up your arms into a gold post. Open your chest, lift your head, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, extend your arms above your head again. Lower your back knee, come onto the floor. Untuck your toes. Hands are into a prayer position. Twist your chest to the right hand side. And then turn it so the left elbow sits outside the right knee. And then breathe in here. And as you breathe out, try to deepen your twist. One more breath in. And one breath out. Come back to center. Now, make sure that your hips are stacked above your back knee. And extend your front leg. Flex your foot. And then hinge at your hips to stretch your hamstring and your calves. So the movement, the fold here comes from the hips, and you should gently stretch the whole back of your front leg. Okay, now place your foot back on the mat, your hands on the side, both sides of your foot. Lift your back leg above the mat. Turn your back foot into a warrior two position so it's parallel to the mat. And then lift yourself up into a warrior two. Stay strong. Breathe. So warrior two again. Front knee is stacked above your ankle. Your back leg is straight. Okay. Flip your front arm and then reverse your warrior. So your back arm is sliding along your back leg. And your front arm is right above you. Come back into warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Turn your knee so that the 2 feet are parallel now. You might want to close your stance a little bit. Hands are your arms are extended above your head, and then inching from the hips, fold forward into a wide leg, forward fold. Then again here, you're stretching the back of your legs, and you can rest your hands on the mat, or you can place your hands behind your calves, on your calves, and let your head fall heavy so that all your back is stretching here, nice and relaxed. Then come back up, rolling your back slowly, and your head is the last thing that comes up. Then return to a lunge position, so turn your front foot and turn your back foot and come back onto the mat. And then press back into a downward facing dog. Lift onto your toes. Lift your left leg up to the sky into three-legged dog. So we're repeating everything from to the other side now. Step front to the front. Place your foot between your hands. Lift into a high lunge. So the front leg is at a 90-degree angle. The back leg is straight and your arms are extended above your head. Then open them up into a gold post. Open up your chest. Breathe in. And then breathe out as you extend your arms above your head again. Come with your back knee onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Hands to your chest into prayer. Twist your chest to the left hand side. And then turn to the elbow. The right elbow sits outside of the left knee. Nice twist. Breathe in. And then deepen the stretch and the twist as you breathe out. Breathe in. And then deepen the twist. Back to center. Again, make sure that your hip now is stacked above on your back leg. Your hip is stuck above your knee. Straighten your front leg and then fold forward. You don't have to reach your foot. You don't have to reach your ankle. Just fold as far as you can, making sure that you're hinging from the hips. You're not rounding your back. So your back should be as straight as possible. Again, nice deep stretch. If it hurts, come out of the position. Then lower your foot on the mat. Place your hands onto the two sides of it. Come back into a low lunge. Turn your foot so it's parallel to the mat and come up into a warrior two position. So again, front leg is a 90-degree angle. Knee and ankle stacked on top of each other. Back leg is straight. Flip your front arm, twist back into a reverse warrior. Breathe in, breathe into the left side of your body. And then come back into warrior two. Turn your front foot so it's parallel to the other one. Close your stance a little bit. Turn both of your toes outward. Lift your arms above your head. And then lower yourself down with your hands into prayer again at your chest. So you might actually, it's probably easier if I go this way so you can see me better. Then lift your arms all the way up above your head and straighten your legs. And then exhale and calm down. And then let's take a couple of breaths here. I know it hurts, but it will make you stronger. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, try to sink a little bit deeper. Your bum is not stuck into the out. You're trying to stay as straight as possible. And then come all the way up again. Return into a high plank. Take a nice deep breath here. Then let's take the right leg to the front and turn it into a half pigeon position so that the right elbow reaches the right hand and the back leg is straight. And then straighten your back and look ahead in front of you. So it's a nice stretch for your hips. Make sure that the hips are square. And you can stay here, or you can make it a little bit harder by coming onto your elbows and your front forearms, or even further, all the way down with your forehead on the mat. Just choose whatever variation is comfortable for you. There isn't really right or wrong here. It's just about what your body can do. And there isn't a right or wrong. Brilliant. Come back up. Let's switch legs. So lift your back leg, extend out, arm to plank. Take your your left leg to the front. Bend it. Sink into your hips. Back leg is straight. Foot is pointed. And then look ahead of you. And then again, you can come onto your forearms, or you can lower all the way down into your forehead. It's a nice and gentle stretch. Choose the variation that feels comfortable for you. And come back onto your high plank position. And then slowly walk your hand towards the top of the mat. And we come into a forward fold, but this time we're crossing our right foot behind our left foot. So our feet are crossed. And then we're folding forward. And as we come into a halfway lift, you inhale, place your hands on your shins, straighten your arms, and straighten your back. So don't put your feet on the floor, just put them onto your shins. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, go into forward fold and let it all fall down. And then breathe in again, hands on shins, straighten your arms, straighten your back. And then forward fold. So you should feel like a deeper stretch here in your back leg and your hip area as well. One more inhale, halfway lift, and then forward fold, and exhale. Uncross your feet, so that they're parallel to each other, and then slowly roll your back up, vertebra by vertebra. Head is the last thing that comes up. Nice. Roll your shoulders back, open up your arms, and palms are facing forward. Then sweep your arms to the side, all the way up to the top. They're extended above your head now. Just come here so you can see better. Then grab your left wrist with your right hand and then pull towards the right with a nice side bend, stretching your left hand side of the body. And then breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in again, come back to center. Arms are extended above your head. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and then bend your body to the opposite side. So you're pulling towards the left now and extending and pulling your right side of your body. And then again, breathe in and then breathe out. Come all the way up again. Then swan dive to the front. So basically come into a forward fold by folding at your hips. And then this time, I'm moving on to the mat. This time we're crossing our left foot behind our right foot. So again, it's a forward fold with crossed legs, but the crossing is the opposite as we did before. And then breathing into halfway lift, placing your hands on your shins. And then breathe down, breathe out into a forward fold again. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Uncross your legs. Sweep your arms to the side as you're coming back into a standing position again, with your arms extended above your head. Lower them into a prayer position to your heart center. Shift your weight to your left leg and lift your right leg. And then open your hip and place your foot onto your opposite knee. It's a figure of four. And then sit back slowly. So it's mixed between a seated figure of four, it's a chair figure of four kind of thing. So you're stretching again your hip and the outside of your right leg. Come back up, release your arms, release your legs. Bit of a shake. Opposite crossing, so it's your left foot that rests onto your right knee with your hip open, hands into heart center into prayer, and then sink back into a chair. And then your chest is slightly open up. Nice breath here. Breathe in and breathe out. Great. Release. Let's come back onto the mat. We're going back into a high plank here. Just for a second, because I'm going to challenge you to something else. So we're twisting to the left-hand side and coming into a side plank. So your body's straight, both feet are resting on the floor, on the side of the foot. Your chest is open to the left-hand side, your right arm is steady on the mat. Then the left arm is wide all the way up to the ceiling. Stay strong there. And then come back to high plank. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, turn to the opposite side, side plank. Resting, balancing on your left arm, with your right arm all the way up to the sky. So nice, strong core here. Make sure you're breathing. Then come back onto the mat. Let's take a seated position. One last final effort. Place your feet on the mat. Your knees are pointing up. Your hands are behind your hips. And we're lifting our body into a reverse tabletop. So lift your hips up. Your legs are forming a 90-degree angle, and the same are your shoulders and your arms. So you're working on your core here, and you're working on your glutes, and you're working on your arm springs. The full body workouts, your arms are getting a good workout as well, because you're resting all your weight on them. And then come down. Come down with your back on the mat, and then bring your knees to your chest and hug them really tight, and then slowly rock from side to side, or come into a happy baby position with your feet wide and your hands outside your feet, and your back is flat on the mat. And then just roll your back a little bit, just relaxing it, massaging your lower back, your muscles. Let's roll up into seated. Cross your legs, place your left hand onto your right knee, twist back. Open up your chest to the right hand side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And come back to center and swap to the other side. So it's right hand onto your left knee, and then stretch open in your chest to the left hand side. And then come back to center again. And then choose your favorite lying down position for the final relaxation. Okay, just relax. This is a short one actually. start wiggling your toes and your fingers, your arms and your legs. Stretch your body. Give it a little bit of a blood flowing again. Breathe in, breathe out. And then when you're ready, come back into a seated position. Sit with your legs crossed. Nice deep breath. Bring your hands into heart center. Thumbs onto your rib cage. And again, thank you so much for joining today. And thank you for bringing yourself here, despite the nice weather outside and the temptation to be elsewhere. So, namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.